Starting at Frankton Junction, we enter the Montgomery Canal, and it's only 6 miles cruise today, so we took a time. We went through the locks to start with, the staircase, and then 2 plain locks. But the one thing we noticed about the Montgomery is it's completely in a rural setting. There are very few settlements along the way. We did go under the busy A5 at one point at a place called Queen's Head, but apart from that, until we got to our destination, which was Maesbury Marsh, we didn't see much of civilization at all. That's the A5 there as we go under that. Then there are 3 locks in the Aston flight before we get to Maesbury Marsh. We stayed at Maesbury Marsh a day on land there, and in the afternoon on this day, on the Friday, we had a walk down the canal that's not navigable, and I took some still photographs which I will finish this video with. Well, we're well and truly on the Monty now, and first impressions are it's lovely and rural. It's narrow, it's quiet, and it's shallow in places, and the bridge holes are very narrow. We've actually passed, we were the next to the last boat through the locks this morning out of 4 boats, and we're now the second in the line because we've passed the leading boat who's having trouble with the shallowness of the canal. He's been grounded twice, plus he's got something around his prop now, so we've passed him, and I think this is the last lock. We've just come through Aston Lock. I'm not sure what this one's called. Morning. But it really is a very pretty canal. But the other problem we've found is there are very few places to moor, because the banks are mainly reed and soft ground. There she goes. You've got to look out for moorings, of which so far there haven't been many. So we've got the last leg of the canal to do now, so we'll see if there's some moorings on that. We're at Aston Lock number 2. Hiya. Lady from the boat behind. Oh. There's one thing, it's quite an intimate arrangement here, because everybody seems to get to know one another quite quickly. We're in a procession of 4 boats, and we're all mucking in together, which is nice. Aston Lock number 3, this is the last one down. Once we get down here, we're on the bottom level. I don't think we've got much further to go before we get to the end. Tonight we're at Maesbury Marsh. We're about a mile from the end of navigation, which is in that direction. We've still got to go that way to turn the boat, and it's a really nice canal. The problem we've had today has been the wind. It's been close to gale force, I would say, and it's spoilt it really, because trees are blowing about, the boat's blowing about, and it's difficult to get into locks because the wind catches your boat, so it spoilt it really, what would have been quite a nice, pleasant, gentle cruise. We got here 1 o'clock lunchtime from 9:15, so it didn't take long to get down here. It's quite shallow in places, and the boat in front of us, he got grounded a couple of times. I think he's pulling a bit more draft than we are, but it's delightful countryside. It's absolutely rural, agricultural. We did go under the A5 at one point. That was probably the noisiest part of the journey, but there's a little pub up there in an old warehouse called the Navigation, and we went up there for lunch, and it was really nice. There was only us in, and the landlord is the chef, and the waiter and everything else is sort of running it on his own. But I don't think it gets very busy, because he was making remarks to that effect. But I think we're going to go tomorrow as well, because we're not We might turn the boat round, but I think we're going to stay in this location tomorrow because we've got tomorrow and Sunday, the day after, on the Monty, so we've got plenty of time to dawdle along. And the Canal River Trust limit the number of boats that can be on here at any one time because it is limited mooring. That's one thing that that's a sort of minus point for this canal. There aren't that many mooring points, and you find a nice spot with a decent view and you think, oh, I'd like to moor up here, but you can't because the banks are soft, there's no armco, there's no mooring rings, so you have to go and keep going until you find a designated mooring point. But as I say, with 12 boats on 5 to 6 miles of canal, it's not busy, so, but it's nice. I'm glad we came, but the wind's been the problem today. It really has been something to take the shine off it, really. But at least we haven't had any rain, so we'll be thankful for some more mercies. Cheers.